Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of May I Scraplift You. Today I am being inspired by Lisa Cuneo, which is my scrapbooking desk. Is that right? Oh, over on Instagram she's Lisa_Cuneo scrapbooking, but on YouTube I believe it is my scrapbooking desk. Um, I will put a link down below either way. For that, just in case I got it wrong. Okay, so I'm starting out with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I am just doing a little bit of splatter with some Dino Weekly Media Gloss in mineral, carnation, and then I'll be adding a little bit of turquoise. So two colors there, mineral and carnation, which is pink and blue, and then there will be some turquoise added in a bit here. Now I'm doing an 8.5 by 11 because I had some photos that are not like major players in my album, but I definitely still wanted to get them used. So I decided to print them a little bit small and add them as this insert page. I will have a layout on the back side that is also 8.5 by 11, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll do that a little bit. I'm not sure if I'll actually get it done this month because I've already got things scheduled for this month that I know I want to complete. But maybe at the beginning of June I will get the back side of this done. So I just went through a little bit of the scraps that I had in the papers that I had kitted up, and I had this strip that's kind of got this orangey pink on it, and so I'm going to use that. I also am going to use a little bit of wood veneer, not wood veneer, wood grained paper. I did trim down these 3x4 cards because my photos print slightly smaller than 3x4 because I use a selfie printer, so it's not the true 4x6 size. And then this is the wood grain that I'm going to go ahead and use. I'm using my favorite punch, and it is by Do Crafts, but or X-Cut. It's the same company. It's super hard to find. I don't even know if it's available anymore. I had a hard time finding it back when I purchased it. But I really like it because I like the size of the scallop. It's a little bit larger than all of the other ones I have found. I've either found really enormous or really tiny. I couldn't find something nice and in between, and this one happens to do the job just right. And then I thought that wood grain works really well because the signage in my photos that says Pirates of Nassau is the same shade as the wood grain that I chose to use for this. It's actually the wood grain that we used in our albums on the cruise, and it's just a really beautiful, I think it's called walnut, really dark, deep color. So that's always nice. I did ink up my papers with walnut stain to bring in more of that walnut color. And if you notice here, there's just a tiny bit of the brown wood grain that is a little bit short on the right hand side. And I mean like a sliver. That is just the nature of using your scraps. And I didn't want to just cut into a larger piece of wood grain just for this little tiny strip. So at the very end of this video, you're going to see me just use my Sharpie pen and just kind of fill in that little, it's really literally the size of the width of a fine Sharpie. I'm just going to fill it in with brown, and it's not a big deal. I did use some of that burlap ribbon that we have been using in our albums, and I'm going to put that across the top. Lisa's got a couple of layers up at the top of hers, and I think it looks really cute. She also has her photos off center, and then I'm going to follow the same spacing for my, or the same places for my embellishments that she used. And so this one is pretty much a direct lift. I do have the inspired by on the first thumbnail for May I Scraplift You because some of the layouts I am just using inspiration from them rather than actually doing a complete lift. So you're going to see that throughout the month. I'm kind of go back and forth as to if I'm just directly lifting the layout or just pulling an inspiration from them. And I think either way it works great. You know, you can find your inspiration in all different kinds of formats and non-scrapbooking related things, scrapbooking related things. As long as you're inspired, I think that's awesome. And I am definitely inspired by other people's work, but I do want to leave a lot of my own my layouts my own work. So that's why sometimes I'm like, I'm not going to do a complete scrap lift. Or you know what? Sometimes I start off doing a scrap lift and then I go off on a tangent because I was just inspired to do something a little differently, and that's totally fine also. So I did pull out all of my, not all of my tropical leaves, but several of my tropical leaf dies and a bunch of scraps from my scrap bin in different shades of green, and I am just using my little Sizzix sidekick here to cut out these little leaves. This is one of my favorite tools just because I can it just fits on my desk and I can so easily cut these small little pieces that I want to cut. And so that makes me super happy. And then I'm going to cut several different shades of green, and that's going to bring in the colors from the trees on those 3x4 cards and just play with those colors. I did bring in a pineapple die cut. I just figured I had it, I might as well use it, and adding a couple layers right over the top worked out really well. There's a lot of kind of an orangey feel to that paper at the top, especially in the upper left hand corner, and then in the florals on that 3x4 card. So bringing in the pineapple just kind of played really well with that, and that's why I decided to go ahead and use that. Interestingly, my screen just keeps kind of zooming in a bit, and I'm not sure what that's all about, but yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That's never done that before. But you're getting a closer up shot of the things that I'm doing on my screen because it is zooming in for some reason. As long as it doesn't zoom in too closely, I guess we're okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish it off with some faux brads from the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Coastal collection. And then I did have a turquoise piece up at the top here that says going places, and somehow it got underneath my layout and I didn't get it on the layout when I was on camera, but I did add it at the end. So in the screenshots or in the still shots, you're going to see that up at the top. So it's going to bring the turquoise up to the top embellishment area here, and that's going to just, like I said, bring that color across into all of the different areas. I wanted to tell you, don't forget to go and check out what MK and is doing on her channel today, and she is doing cruise layouts just like I am, and we are scrapbooking similar photos, so check that out. There's a playlist down below for May I Scraplift You, so go and check out what everybody else is doing on their channels, and go and give Lisa a little bit of love for her layouts. Thank you, Lisa, for the inspiration today. It was fabulous, and I really enjoyed lifting your layout. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. See you then. Bye-bye.